They're looking at the reflection of me and my rig in the store window. I was just talking to a guy I met. I asked him about this. People used to come down from residences here, see 1917, and they would walk through, and there was a streetcar on Riverside Drive. That's where we are. So they'd come through this concrete structure, and then they'd see how the road bows out. That's where the streetcar would pull off, and people would wait, and they'd hop the streetcar, and they'd head right into Cincinnati. And there's Nick's building he's refurbishing. The whole neighborhood's coming back. I went by that sign. See that speed sign? Their speed is 34. Yesterday, and it tagged me at 7 miles an hour. Pretty accurate. But that also means don't get too excited about me being in Florida tomorrow. I'm not planning on that. I'm moseying. In fact, Nick has invited me in to tell me about a trip he took cross country on his bicycle with his buddy when they got out of college. Went from somewhere way out west through Kansas all the way to Cape Hatteras, North Carolina. So we had a lot in common. And he said, "Hey, I want to show you the map of my trip." And I got coffee. So I'm busy for the next hour. I'm here with Nick. I'm in Cincinnati, and I was pedaling past his place, and he asked me about my trip. And so he was telling me about his trip, and it's worth taking a moment and let him. This is his office wall. He's got the map from 1993 of this magnificent trip he took with his buddy right after college.
Yeah, so I was just telling Doug there was a auto service called Auto Drive-Away back in the day, and you would call a week before and ask them where they had cars to be delivered. You know, people that were transferring out west or whatever, and they would say, "Hey, we have a car going to California. We have a car going to Oregon." So we grabbed a car to Portland, and that's kind of how we determined the start of our trip. We didn't even know where we were going to be going until that week.
So you put a bike rack on the back, and
so we put a bike rack on the top, and we threw our stuff in the trunk, and before you know it, we took a southern route just to mix it up on the way out. So every circle is a place we camped.
Wow.
And
so you made good time in the car, but once you got on the bike,
exactly, it slowed down. So you know, we Las Vegas, San Fran, Eureka. We ended up in Portland. We dropped the car to the family and shipped the bike rack back UPS and started biking. So you can see things slowed down a little bit.
So you came through, is that the Scablands?
Well, we went through Idaho here.
Yeah.
But we followed the Columbia River.
Yeah.
Then we ducked into Idaho. And really we had no destination. We didn't even have a firm grasp of where we were going, except
you remind me of me.
We were gonna go to the East Coast somewhere. So we didn't have a firm end date. We just figured it would be roughly 2 months.
Was it?
It was about 2 months.
Yeah.
But every state, this is before Google and before cell phones and all that, we would just pick up a paper state map, and every morning we wake up like, hey, you know, looks something cool over there. Let's just go that way.
Oh,
and we would just go that way, and that would be our day.
Did you have any trouble along the way?
Nothing major. This portion of the trip was just awesome all the way to Denver. You know, we crossed the divide, I think 6 or 7 times, and we just zigzagged all over. And you know, we might have known someone in Jackson or Denver, and we'd shoot that direction, hang out with our friends.
And you told me that you had a tailwind in Kansas.
Yeah, so this was our biggest day from Dodge City to Wichita. I think it was just under 170 in one day.
170 miles in a day.
And that kind of shot up our average, but you know, we had days where we camped a day or two. We had days that we did minimal.
Right.
I think our 2-month average was just under 70 miles a day when it came down to it.
Right. And so you went all the way to Cape Hatteras,
and just by chance, well, we were out on the what are those islands called there? Cape, drawing a blank.
Slips my mind. Chincoteague?
Well, just
the Wild Pony?
Just the outer islands there.
Oh, the Outer Banks.
Outer Banks. We met a guy that was driving back from down south that worked for NASA up in Cleveland, and he's like, "Hey, you guys look like you had a great trip. How about where do you need to go? Because we got out to Cape Hatteras and we were trying to meet some friends up in Virginia Beach, like Chesapeake Bay, and we didn't know how we were going to get there yet. He goes, well, just throw your bikes in my Subaru and I'll take you up there and hang out with them. So that was the end of our trip. He car pulled us up there. We spent a weekend on our friends' boats, and then we got a ride back to Cincinnati.
Isn't it? And most folks are nice folks, and they're looking for a good time, and they're looking to help their fellow man.
Yeah, very few evil people out there. I mean, we were out 2 months, and other than a couple crazy drivers, like I was saying in the Midwest, it was fine.
Yeah. I've had people honk at me out in the middle of nowhere, and I don't even know why. It's like, oh, there's a bicycle, I'm all startled. Or I don't know what it is. I don't care. It doesn't ruin my day. But
so where did you start?
I started in Ann Arbor.
Okay, Ann Arbor.
And I'm down to Cincinnati, the Red Star, for our viewers. But I had taken a trip 2 years ago, started in September at the Mackinac Bridge, or actually Sault Ste. Marie.
Nice.
And went all the way across, up the KY I to Copper Harbor, down all the way to the state line between Wisconsin and Michigan. And then I came the southern route all the way across again.
Okay.
And my sister picked me up at the Mackinac Bridge, and it was snowing like crazy. I dodged winter that time, and now I'm paying for it this time. I got 1 day of clear weather and beautiful fall foliage, and then it was ice storm, snowstorm.
Yeah, we turned right away this year.
Yeah.
I did this trip a couple years back, Point Pelee, and then this coast of Canada. That was real nice.
I bet.
It was a fall trip.
Yeah. Well, it's a big old wonderful world, and I'm glad I met somebody who likes to get out there and do that.
Yeah, nice meeting you, Doug.
All right. Thanks for talking with us.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm Mary Beth. I'm Nick's wife, and I just wanted to butt in and say, if you want to take Nick along, go for it.
Come on.
I'm joking.
170 miles in 1 day? No, I can't keep up. He'd be gone like a lightning bolt. Oh, geez.
Happy holidays.
You can take
I think every kid has a balloon. Doug was here. Actually, right now I still am doing laundry. I'm going to go outside so that the sound is better. I'm going to answer a few questions that I've been getting in the comments section. One of them, and I also get that when I meet homeless people. Are you homeless, Doug? I don't believe I am. Although technically I am, because my name is not on any lease. But I live with my sister. We've been lifelong best buds. In fact, my parents say that even though I was a very little kid, they were wondering what they were going to name the new baby. And we drove by Amy Joy Donuts. And I loved Amy Joy Donuts. So I butted in and said, Amy. And they named her Amy. Anyway. Her name is on the lease, and we live in a very nice place in Ann Arbor. I pay some rent, but I'm also off on my trips now and then. I left the guest bedroom in good condition. No, I'm not homeless. I guess on the road, technically, I might be. But here's a really interesting thing. The reason I went dark when I was in Cincinnati was to be able to avoid any trouble regarding my camping exploits. And one of the homeless ladies that I met at Fountain Plaza had told me, you got to watch out. There's no camping allowed within the city of Cincinnati. Now I'm outside a laundromat in a different town, and I'm looking at the city beat, which is current. December, well, today I think is December 12th. I'm not sure. But look, from tents to courts. It's Cincinnati's fight over policies outlawing tent cities mirrors a larger national debate. Well, that's true, but look at this tent city. First of all, there's other homeless there. They're territorial. They're super messy. There's a lot of drugs and alcohol. They're always wondering how they can benefit from your presence. So I wouldn't be able to leave my stuff while I went and twisted balloon animals. I've had other run-ins with homeless camps before, and so I've learned I want to be solo. I don't want anyone knowing where my camp is, because otherwise I cannot leave my gear without fear that it will be gone when I get back. So it's problematic. Anyway, this is about the legal fight to close down these homeless camps, and the fight of the people that are I don't know how you'd say it. They want the homeless to be happy, and so do I, and I think so does everybody. But how can you be happy sitting in a tent when this guy is using the bathroom right over here, and it just doesn't work. They're not the same animal. What I'm doing is moving across the landscape and enjoying life and enjoying telling you my story. And so the answer must be no, I'm not homeless. Too happy to be homeless. I just had the most wonderful balloon twisting gig at Barleycorns last night. So much fun. And it's the whole trip. Yeah, there's hardship, but it's only physical. And my laundry will be done soon, and it'll smell sweet. And the nearest truck stop to get a shower is 12 miles away. That means 24 miles round trip for a shower. So I went through half a packet of baby wipes in the men's room with the door locked. And then I remembered this time to reapply deodorant. Pro tip when you're doing something like that. So I have all clean clothes. I get a new shipment of balloons to the local big boy. Should arrive by the end of the day, according to UPS. And I'm just excited about that and about life. I'm not going to be making good time as I hit the big boys and twist for the next, probably through Christmas. But that's not far away. And today I went into the big boy and I ordered their swag. I got a big boy bank. It's like a little statue of the big boy. And I sent it to my sister, and in that package a couple of red big boy coffee mugs for my mom and dad. It's like my tangible message to them that Doug is okay and it's all right. And I went off in the big old world and I'm just fine. I'm thriving. And thanks for watching my videos. Aren't we having a blast? I gotta go dark again, sorry. Here's why. I'm in a small town, twisting at a big boy and a barleycorn, and I've been having a blast, but I keep running into people. Like I had breakfast at a Bob Evans in town, and made my waitress a balloon animal, and we talked a little while. And then I ran into her in Barleycorn while I was twisting. I told them about my journey and YouTube and everything. We were having a blast. We are having a blast. It keeps happening. I ran into Amy, the manager from Cincinnati Big Boy, who got me started with Big Boy Twisting, and called ahead to other restaurants. And that's great, but I was in a laundromat in a small town south of Cincinnati. And then I had a camp near Kroger. It was a bad spot. It was just down this ravine with scraggly trees like these. And I heard kids' voices yelling, "There's a bicycle down in the woods." And I heard a mom say, "Oh, stay up here." I said, "No, it's okay. If you want to come down, it's all right. I'm just waiting for a balloon shipment, so that's why I'm camped here." And she said, "That's a terrible place to camp." I went up the hill. She was very concerned because she had I'm behind a Myers now, way up on a hill. I thought I had everything concealed, but somebody must have seen me come, because when I got back to camp after doing laundry and seeing Amy, and here came a state patrol car slowly driving down this hill. I mean, at the bottom of the hill. Driving and looking up the hill, and they even paused. There's no trespassing sign, and I'm not sure whose land this is. Get off if they say get off. Anyway, so the mom with her kids was very concerned because some child predator had been in that ravine that I was in not long ago. She said, "This is a high crime area. This is not a good place to be." I said, "All right, well, I'll only be here a little while. Here's my business card." She asked me for my ID. I gave it to her. I explained I'm on a trip and I'm not homeless and everything's good. And the kids were saying, "What YouTube? What YouTube?" She had my card, but she wouldn't say because she was afraid of me. And so she gave me back my card. I said, "I'll be leaving. Everything's cool." And she was still real suspicious. And I said, "You know who I am. Take my card." And she did. And then I immediately broke camp, even though it was getting dark and I had a 6 p.m. gig. It gets here dark here at 5:20. So I had to pack up, get out, before she called some cops to have them check me out. Not that that would have been bad, I guess. I don't know. She did say, "You'll be fined for camping or something." I don't know. But she was scared, is what it was. So I broke camp after they left. They didn't come down. They just saw my bicycle, maybe my tent. Boom, I was out of there. And I pedaled and pedaled. It was starting to get dark. I looked at Google Maps and I went behind Myers, which is a big department store. And I went up this hill. The white band is the Myers. I'm up at the top of this hill. And, oh, my zoom button. Sorry about that. Jeez, okay, push this down and now that can't happen. So anyway, then after doing my laundry, and I've just run into so many people that I've met on this journey, and it's just such a weird, wonderful coincidence, and but the cops cruised by. I don't know if that has anything to do with me, but I could pick out my tent from where the cops were. They didn't stop. There might be two reasons. They'll just wait in the morning and get me coming out of the woods, or they thought, "I see that guy, but it's too high up that hill to walk, so we'll just wait." I don't know. This is a cat and mouse game that goes with stealth camping. I have ID, I have my business card, I have the goodwill of a bunch of people if I get in trouble in this area, but I can't see it, and I don't know if the whole thing isn't just a coincidence. But I really wish it was full dark, and I got another half hour for that. So, life is good, but cat and mouse. I'm the mouse. So, you see I did a little camo on my tent. Just put up, see those green, yellow leaves? They match the trim of my tent. They break up the outline. I should have put it back farther, but I had to make camp after my balloon gig in the dark. What I did was I found this place, and then I was late. So I ran into Myers and I bought a clean shirt, and I sprayed myself down with Febreze, because the nearest shower, as I told you in the earlier video, at the laundromat, 12 miles each way. That's just not doable. Anyway, so I got 2 balloon gigs tomorrow at the Big Boy. You know, it would be hilarious if I got a notification on my YouTube channel, the state police said, "We're looking for you." Because it sure looked like they were. That's the other thing, there's a main road and I've been up and down it on my bicycle a lot of times to get laundry done, to go to the library and make an upload, well, everything for a few days. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know what'll happen. But isn't that what we signed up for? Little excitement this evening, but I will feel much more comfortable, and then I'll get in my tent and leave the lights out and be snugged in early for the night. Big day tomorrow. What I think I'm gonna do, maybe break camp in the morning before the balloon gig, so that if I'm doing anything wrong here, I'm not doing it anymore. So I'll be cruising south after the balloon gig, but that's hard because it'll be in the dark, because dinner is 6 to 8. I'll twist. I'll see what happens. The other thing is, perfect solution would be a cheap motel. There's nothing around here. You got to go back to Cincinnati, and it's $109 for the cheapest one. And I'm too cheap. That's a lot of twisting tips. So we'll just see what happens. But if it's safe, I'll show you my view. The other thing was, at Bob Evans, no, it was a Big Boy. I was twisting and I approach any table, it looks like they're open to it. Does anybody want a balloon? I said that to these 3 cops, and they didn't crack a smile. They were, so anyway, maybe it's my ponytail. I don't know. Everyone's been so nice, I can't imagine that the cops aren't too. I don't know. But I've had a rough time camping lately. Great time ballooning. Rough time camping. It's supposed to rain tomorrow too. And but that doesn't matter. It's all good. So here's the view. Look for cops. The adventures continue. Light is fading, and I'm glad. I have bought a fishing license every year for 30, 40 years, because I can't enjoy fishing without following the rules. And I know that the license fees goes to all the management, so poachers can't catch all the fish and ruin everything. So I understand the value of law enforcement. But it's hard to settle my brain and not worry about it when I just saw the state police car cruise by real slow looking up the hill. So I'll follow my own rules and consider myself made. That means I gotta get out in the morning. So I'll pedal to the gig at 11 a.m. with all my gear and my trailer, and that's the plan. And I'm probably being way paranoid. That's the funny thing. I was down in the parking lot. I looked up, and after a while, I could pick out the crest of my tent. So when I came up here, I think before the cops came by, I broke some branches, and I broke the outline of the top of my tent by putting up branches and stuff. And if you see my other videos, I can pick out a deer through a lot of forest. I'm pretty sharp-eyed. The glasses are for my short reading and stuff, but I am farsighted. My best sight is in long range. Now I'm watching the entrance to the parking lot of Myers, and I just gotta let it go. I'll be fine. They're not gonna throw me in the hoosgow. If they do, I'll call the manager from Big Boy and say, help me out. Or from Barleycorn. After the balloon gig, I was sweaty and exhausted. There was just so much to do and so much fun to have. And so many good tips. Oh, I got a call. It's probably the cops. The lens cover's not close. 5:36 a.m. And it might be that there's some cops waiting down the hill. I don't know. I still gotta stop and pick up my thing call. Oh, can't tell. That might not be clear. If not, I'll get some good footage of me getting busted. It's a nice place to camp though. Aside from the fact that this must be, if there are cops there, it must be exciting for them. Alright, we're gonna get the perp. See what he's got on. What's he up to? I'll probably have to twist the balloon out. I'll see my GoPro. See what happens. Packing out the trash. That's a good thing. It's supposed to be raining. I said raining. So what I'm going to do, if I don't get arrested, get back to Bob Evans. His charge. Edit and maybe. Let's see. Wish me luck. See where I was? Oh, because it's stealthy. But coming in and going out was the exposure problem. So I'm glad I got another start. Right on my way. Right up to the front of the Myers and dump my trash. And bold. So there, that's my explanation. Trash. Surprising how much I generate, but I eat a lot of calories. Because I burn a lot of calories. And I'm still losing weight. That's good. I feel good. This is my victory lap. why they're hunting me. Even though I don't know what was happening. But someday I'll find out. Got 2 balloon gigs today. Gotta find a stealthier site. So I got my work cut out for me. Editing, uploading.